Yeah, 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 yeah. Called your name and trust, left the scar so deep.
For today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee.
Start a new week. A new month, new week.
Yeah. We only
Second
got
day of December.
We got 4 weeks. 4 weeks until the new year.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me.
I think that's right. December 31st, right? That's the first.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's 30 days have September, April, June, and November. Except for February, which is fucked up. You know, yeah. It doesn't even go in along with the rhyme.
30 days. 30 days.
I had watched something highly disturbing a day or so ago. It was so disturbing that I watched it 3 times.
And this disturbed me. Let me watch it more.
Yeah. Well, it was a matter of, do I know what I think I know? Because I do have a problem at this point. I have been on my journey in life as far as self-doubt. Yeah, I've got an issue with that. And growing up with, and it's like my journey has included people in my world, lots, that will second guess everything that comes out of my mouth perpetually. And that makes you kind of odd.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. That there's always somebody somewhere going, no, you're wrong. Well, it's like, well, then how am I wrong? Show me in what way I am in error. And that's where you have to make not just an opinion.
Well, anybody.
Show me the receipts.
Yeah. Anybody's going to get a bit defensive when they're like, when someone says you're wrong or they second guess you. It's like, no, I know what I know.
Right. And that is a tactic of the devil. It really is. It's not that I am perfect by any means. I very much can be mistaken. It's never intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there are a lot of us that have been mind fucked to the point that it's almost we don't know which end is up. That's purposeful. And that's what we're going to discuss. That was what was so mind-boggling about this interview that I came across on YouTube. And I will put the link in the description box. I would like for you all to go and watch this. And it's 22 minutes. Of course it is. 22:52.
Mm-hmm.
And this is on America Thought Leaders. I'm not familiar. It's the Epoch Times. And the Epoch Times is, as far as media and stuff, they're pretty renowned.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like them or not. I think it depends on anything else. You've got to have discernment.
Is it like it's infamous?
Like I said, at this point, journalists and stuff, I trust random people on X who are videoing stuff more than I trust anybody in the mainstream media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they've done this to themselves.
And people are like, oh, the X is not a reliable news source. Are you sure about that?
Absolutely it is. Anybody with a cell phone can be a reporter.
Yeah.
Who, what, where, when, why, and how. That's it. That is the basis of reporting. If they want to go, it's like, well, you haven't been schooled. By shit, I have. I have. I won awards. It was in high school. But what does that matter? I can say that I have been educated in journalism. And I did win awards.
Yeah.
And so some of these people are really upset because they can no longer control the narrative. And with this interview with this gentleman, they have interviewed Dr. Robert Malone. And Malone he's with me, with my intuitive, I can look at somebody, I can listen to somebody for a few minutes and I'm like, something ain't right. That's just mountain stuff. That's
Yeah.
how it works.
It is.
I don't need to know usually any more than that.
He's just got a bad, not good energy to him.
And I had wondered about this for a long time, since 2020, because he was making the rounds everywhere as far as claiming that he was the creator of the mRNA, which was used in the COVID shots.
And if you know about that situation, what's in it, you know.
And
Ain't good
it's
stuff.
It's interesting because you can do, even on Wikipedia, which I don't trust, as far as him, he was not the only one he was not the original creator of it. That there was a collection of scientists that had been working on it. He was one of them, but it's not his baby.
Mm-hmm.
But he going around acting like he's the only one. I wouldn't want to take claim for that.
Yeah, literally. I mean, there's other, there's been other shit companies that someone has stole the idea from and claimed that it was theirs and then ran with it.
Knowing what we know about this stuff now, and that there is evidence that it is altering DNA.
Yeah, it's full evil. It's making Nephilim 2.0, basically.
I think so. And it's causing some serious harm. And that there are governments, various places across the world that's like, no, we're banning this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It had Gila monster venom in it.
Nope, not that. That was something else. You're getting confused.
Oh.
It had other things that was worse than the Gila monster. No, it was. We had listened to the Hodge twins today when they were talking about the Ozempic.
Oh, that had the Gila monster.
The Gila monster. Vile, poison, something.
Venom.
That's it. Thank you. God. Gila monster.
Nobody needs a bag of venom. It's poison.
Oh my God! Now, can you imagine these people willingly injecting themselves with something that's made from Gila monster? That is Nephilim 2.0.
And it's irreversible.
They were talking about it is messing some people up for a very long period of time. It was causing paralysis of the gastric system. Lots of not good stuff. Let me tell you something. Everybody I'll do this. There's a hell of a lot worse things than being fat.
Yeah.
Being evil is worse than being fat. At some point, the world will figure that out. Or maybe not. Maybe not. But anyhow, Dr. Malone has gone on to a new tangent, which is about psychological manipulation. And
PsyOps.
that's what he was talking about on this particular interview. And the reason I watched it 3 times was because the first time I heard it, and I'm like, did I hear what I thought I had? Was that actually what he said and how he said that? And it was. Because he's not against it.
No,
He's talking about nudge technology.
Mm-hmm.
And how that, everybody knows that smoking is bad. Smoking has been around since the beginning of mankind.
Yeah.
In some form, way, or another. It's just a thing. And about how we know, so we want to nudge people away from smoking for the greater good. And I thought that phrase, for the greater good, that is a huge red flag.
Yeah.
And so he has written this new book about psychological manipulation.
Well, it's like, who do you think that you are to control millions of people?
Right.
Who are you to say, oh no, you're going to stop smoking?
Right. And he is a huge proponent in this interview.
He ain't God.
As far as, and I have nothing about, I believe people are people. As far as who they want to marry, how much melanin they have, their ethnicity, that's none of my business. But I don't know that society needs to be reformatted to whoever else's standard. But Malone is very much for that. He thinks it's a good thing.
That's witchcraft.
It is witchcraft.
That is going against someone else's will.
Yes.
You don't do that shit.
PsyOps is the same thing as witchcraft. It's like I said, any time that you take away the free will of another human being, that's witchcraft. That is dark magic. When you manipulate somebody into doing what you want them to do rather than what they want to do, that's witchcraft. You present the information and go, hey, I would like for you to do this. This is why I would like for you to do that. And then you leave it and let that person make up their own mind. You let them make their own choice. They are an independent human being. But apparently, some of these people, I think it's lizard peoples.
Well, I had a dream the other night, that whoever these people are, whatever they are, they see us nothing more than slaves and livestock.
Yeah, and there were some that decided that it was their job to cull the herd.
Yeah. And it's like, it ain't your place. It's not, that's evil.
It is evil because God is the one, not them. They ain't God. That's how you know that this stuff is demonic. Their agenda is still kill and destroy. They hate humans because God loves us. He made us. He made us to be his children. They can't stand it.
Nope, they can't stand it at all.
They view us as less than.
They do.
Because we were designed to rule and reign with Christ. They can't stand that. We say those words. We don't really even know what those words mean. But that's part of what it is. However that is. But also in this interview with Malone, one of the words they used over and over, and the repeating of a word over and over can be a PsyOps tactic, was porn.
Yeah. And it was other innuendos that he was saying. It's like,
Well, he was showing how advertising, and that was what he focused on, advertising, how that pornographic whatever is used in there. All right. Husband number one taught about this stuff in the 80s and how, as far as subliminal images were used in, it was primarily print medium at that time, in different magazines, the ads and stuff like that. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's just like, oh. Even as far as the ice cubes in some of the alcohol advertisements, they formed skulls, different death faces and stuff like that. Because it works on a subconscious basis. It's fascinating. And this has been going on for a very long period of time.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's like in that banned movie movie thing of The Little Mermaid where the penis was in the castle. And there was another Disney movie where it was like a dust or whatever, something sparkly was coming up across the sky, and people were saying that it spelled sex or SFX.
It could have. Because, like I said, a lot of what they are calling psychology today, it used to be called witchcraft. Black magic, manipulation, to force someone to do something that they probably otherwise would not. The subliminal stuff, they have been messing with that for many years.
It's evil. It's all evil.
Yeah. And it's like, this is where people have to be discerning. They have to know what to look for, who to listen to. And even with dude, and it's like, okay, am I having the right take on this? So I asked someone that is very knowledgeable and that I trust to tell me the truth, because this individual has a track record for telling the truth very bluntly. You think I'm blunting them? And they're like, no, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
It's
don't want to name names without asking him and giving him recognition. If he tells me it's okay, I will later.
Yeah. It's like that dude, like,
It's like, don't trust him.
yeah, no, don't trust him at all. He's anyone that you cannot see their eyes clearly, I would say don't trust him. Because, like, they're usually, when they're keeping their eyes that closed, purposefully, there's something being hid.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And like I said, for me, it's just there's something will just be off about it. It's just like, no. And it's this revulsion. And it's like, I have had the same feeling about dude for at least 4 years now since I first saw him, heard him, and I'm like, And everybody's like, oh, no, he's one of the good guys. And I'm like,
He's not. He's not. He may be acting like he possibly is. He's not.
No. He speaks with forked tongue. But I want everyone to, because the enemy, for whatever reason, and I think that somebody did say one time, they think that if they tell people what they're doing, that prevents karma. They're deceived, because that does not absolve them of the consequences of doing evil, ever.
No.
But they will sit and tell you what they're going to do. And it's like, God love Alex Jones. He has told people for years. He's like, it's right here. They've written it. They've said it. That all he does is tell people what is right there.
But people don't want to. Truth is a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Can be.
Oh, yeah. And there's people that will reject it flat out, especially in this period of time. And I want Alex Jones to be vindicated. I truly do.
I mean, I think we're seeing it sort of start to take place.
I hope so. And it's something where I had been given the word retribution months back. It has been everywhere floating around lately. Everywhere. And it's like most interesting. And I have a timestamp on that, because I actually had sent a message to Palace Pepper telling her when I received that word. So I would have to go back. I do have that, saved if I need to go back and go, I was told this on this date. Because I don't always keep these things logged down. But so what it is going to be another big barrage of PsyOps.
Yeah. Project Blue Beam.
That very well could be Project Blue Beam.
Yeah. That's going to be some shit.
Yeah, we'll see whether that comes to manifest or not. I don't
Watch
like
it be
date
a
setting.
blend. Huh?
I don't like date setting.
No. Well, we honestly don't know when this is actually going to happen. I thought someone said like it was supposed to happen last month and nothing happened. So we don't know. I'm more concerned about, okay, is it going to be Project Blue Beam along with these actual UAPs?
That's what I have heard proposed.
So that it's going to be a blend of both.
Yeah, that's what I've heard proposed. And what happened with that, it was this dude that had, as far as the December 23rd, 24th, the way that people are figuring this out. And this is what happens sometimes. It doesn't matter what kind of prophecy it is. People can get this stuff wrong. But they were figuring up the amount of time from when Trump appeared on Joe Rogan, and it was like 39 days or whatever it was, which would have been December 3rd or 4th, before there was some kind of war in the heavens, and that they were proposing that it was UFOs and earthly aircraft or whatever. And the dude had, I don't know, I think it was like an AI algorithm or whatever had come up with this. Who knows? Now, I have heard AI saying some really weird shit when asked certain questions. Concerning.
It has caused people to no longer. I gotta watch for YouTube's answers. Actually, you know what? No, we're monetized. It can go on there.
Yeah.
So it's caused people to kill themselves.
That one gentleman, yeah, it did. That one young
That one
guy.
gentleman. And
At least one. That's the only one I know of right now.
and this one told someone that they were basically useless and literally told them to do it.
How horrible.
Yeah.
We don't need AI
Told them that
to
they
tell
were a
people
waste
that. We've
of
got humans
space.
that'll tell people that.
Told them that they were a waste of space, a waste of resources.
That's the voice of the devil right
Yeah.
there.
It's pure evil.
And this is why we always, on our little paddling ghost pirate ship, tell people, if you have something internally or even externally that is telling you that you are anything other than a beloved child of the Most High God, that is the voice of the enemy. Turn away from it. Replace that voice with, I am loved. I am created from love, to be loved, and to show love. That's it. And like I said, it may be Cassandra syndrome or that voice crying in the wilderness, but maybe there's somebody out there that needs to hear our little voice.
Yeah.
Poking holes in the cyber Satan daily because we're diligent. So, like I said, I'll be interested in your all's observations after listening to the interview with Dr. Malone. Final thoughts, kid?
I'm ready for the evil to fall and evil to crumble.
People want to see true justice. They really do. And that's just like before we started recording, it had been reported that President Biden had pardoned his son Hunter.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
He also, gave the Ukraine the okay to shoot a missile or something like that at Russia recently, within these last few days.
Prayers.
He basically gave the okay. I don't think it was him.
It wasn't him.
It just, like they say that, oh, Biden did it. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have the mind to do that at the moment anymore.
No. We are in perilous times.
We, honest to God, don't know who's running the country at this moment.
No, we don't. But as far as they, which are non-elected peoples, that they are playing God. And it was like, I was talking at our Sunday dinner, remembering, and it was 20 years ago. God's timing is not our timing.
No.
And when you get a word or whatever, you think it's going to happen immediately because it comes from that place where there is no time. So you do feel like it's going to happen immediately. That ain't how God works.
No.
It's just trying to put these things into our human perspective. But 20 years ago, I was told if we knew how close the second coming of Christ was, we would be in a blind panic. That was pretty clear.
Yeah, clear cut.
Now, as far as what I was, and I'm like, Lord, what am I supposed to do with this? Do a Podling Pirate podcast.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just vibe. Just understand like if the time is near and just vibe.
Yeah.
At least that's how,
Every day. Prayers. Pray without ceasing.
Yep.
Everybody's having paranoid, supernatural experience. If you're not paranoid, you're not paying attention.
Is it paranoia or just awareness?
I think it is. I really think it's awareness.
Because some of these conspiracy people that have been called conspiracy theorists for years.
I'm one of those.
Yeah, you included.
Yeah.
Being proved right.
Yeah.
Nana said that to you.
Yeah. That was something, again, that I had said, my God, years and years ago that some random person that she watched on TV said what I had said years ago, and it's like, oh, you were right. And it's like, well, no shit. I don't know how that works, but it does work that way.
Mm-hmm.
It works that way. You want to tell them where I feel frustrated. I am a frustrated human being. Pray for me. I need the prayers.
Yes, please pray for her.
You want to tell them where we can be found, please?
We can be found on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda, COCWS.
I do some interesting things over there.
I've been doing that previously known as Twitter thing for so long now. Should I just stop that?
That's up to you.
Because at this point, it's just...
They're saying it's dead naming.
X.
Yeah, it's X. It's getting there. It's the rebranding of it, and it does take a while.
Yeah.
I just call it X.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with it.
I will never use Threads. Threads. Facebook's version or Meta's version of
why would
Twitter.
Why would you? Because
you can tweet longer on there. You can write longer without subscribing.
The reason that I subscribe is because it takes monies to run these things, services, businesses, whatever it is. And I get that.
Yeah, you genuinely want to support it. So
yeah.
But those of us who don't have the money to subscribe to, it gets frustrating when you when you have a lot to say and you got a character limit.
Yes, but that's where you can do a thread on those things, that or you learn to use your words wisely. Reword it.
I'm not about to do that text speech thing again. I'll do that texting someone, but I'm not going to write that on Twitter.
Well, I get it. I get it. But because it does take effort and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do use the service, so I don't have a problem paying for it.
Oh, well, I'm not knocking you on that in the slightest, Mama.
It's not.
I'm just saying.
Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Anyhow, I have fun over on X for the most part. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grok thing, their AI thing, interesting. And that is what... Now, this one, the Santa picture that I used yesterday was perfect.
It was.
And Grok, this picture took me 3 tries on it because I said, reptilian person with forked tongue. And I don't think the AI quite understands or doesn't want to admit about the reptilians yet.
Humanoid reptilian.
Mm-hmm.
Forked tongue.
Mm-hmm. And it still didn't give it to me. But it's okay.
I mean, what you got is pretty accurate to how some of them are supposed to, like...
It's not bad. It's probably... It'll donate blood or whatever to Ozempic. Anyhow, know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. God. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.
You're a snake, slithering in tall grass. Now let's torch this lawn. It's time you're gone. Stab me in the back, but I'm healing just fine. You're nothing but shadows of the mind.